I ask you now, who said, human brain is an amazing thing?
Was it Albert Einstein?
No.
Some kind of a teacher?
No, guess again, and here's a clue. Witches, a friendly giant, and a factory full of chocolate are just some of his wonderful works.
Ah, now I know. It's Roald Dahl. I've read many of his books. Matilda, The Witches, James and the Giant Peach,
Which is playing in a theater now.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, The Big Friendly Giant.
Oh, I loved Tim Burton's film, didn't you?
Well, yes, but I'm talking if you haven't noticed.
Yes, sorry. Did you know it's in September 2016 we celebrated 100 years since he was born?
Yes, I did. We talked about him during our English lessons, remember? Actually, let me ask you a few quiz questions, so I see if you still know anything.
Oh, I don't know.
Too late, here goes. When and where was Roald Dahl born? A, B, or C?
I will go with C. September 13, 1916, Wales. And just so you know, his parents weren't Welsh. They came to Wales from Norway.
Good, good. What about this? What did he do during World War II? Again, A, B, or C?
Well, I'm sure he wasn't a nurse, and I don't think he was a piano player either. So I'll go with fighter pilot. Am I right?
Yup, you are. One more time. He wrote a screenplay for which famous film?
Well, surely not Harry Potter, for God's sake. That's Rowling's work. I say the James Bond one. You only live twice.
Really? Can't you get one wrong? How about this one? Roald Dahl was fascinated and invented several devices in which field? A, B, or C?
Law? No, he wasn't serious enough. Engineering or medicine then? I think it's medicine, so C.
Right you are again. One last question. Did he like chocolate? Chocolate cake and chocolate ice cream?
Who in their right mind does not like chocolate?
Well, what now? Yes or no?
Yes, of course he did.
Got you. No. Well, he loved chocolate, but he didn't like chocolate cake or chocolate ice cream.
That's just like our English teacher then. Weird.
Yes, well, now I'd like to ask our learners what their favorite Roald Dahl quote is.
As I love children, I think this Dahl's quote from Matilda is the one I can really relate to and makes perfect sense to me. It's a funny thing about mothers and fathers. Even when their own child is the most disgusting little blister you could ever imagine, they still think that he or she is wonderful.
I think that in this world, what we all really need is to love and to be loved. So my favorite quote from The Witches is just about that. It doesn't matter who you are or what you look like, so long as somebody loves you.
I think that sometimes it's good not to follow people's advice because they're not well intended, or maybe you just know better. So I'm going with fantastic Mr. Fox, who says, I understand what you're saying and your comments are valuable, but I'm gonna ignore your advice.
I like books to be funny, and it's Dahl's the BFG. Language itself is funny. I find some of his words hilarious, like here for example. A whiz-popper, cried the BFG beaming at her. As giants is making whiz-poppers all the time. Whiz-popping is a sign of happiness, and it is music in our ears. You surely is not telling me that a little whiz-popping is forbidden among human beings.
I think I'm quite a lucky person and a strong believer in luck. That's it. So, for my part, I chose this quote from Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But there was one other thing that the grown-ups also knew, and it was that however small the chance might be of striking lucky, the chance is there. The chance had to be there.
Nowadays, with looks and material things being so important, I think it's really a good thing, an achievement, if you want, not to be a phony. So here goes one of my beloved quotes, which can be found in Danny, the champion of the world. I was glad my father was an eye smiler. It meant he never gave me a fake smile, because it's impossible to make your eyes twinkle if you aren't feeling twinkly yourself. A mouse smile is different. You can fake a mouse smile any time you want, simply by moving your lips. I've also learned that a real mouse smile always has an eye smile to go with it. So watch out, I say, when someone smiles at you, but his eyes stay the same, it's sure to be a phony.
As I like poetry, I chose one of Dahl's revolting rhymes. Poor Cindy's heart was torn to shreds. My prince, she thought, he chops off heads. How could I marry anyone who does that sort of thing for fun? The prince cried, who's this dirty slut? Off with her nut, off with her nut.
I think it's always good to take chances. I mean, it's better to say, oh well, than ask yourself, what if? Because at the end of the day, that's your experience, no matter what it's like. It's better to live your life than wonder what it would be like if you had done this and that. So I choose a quote from Charlie and the Glass Elevator. Bunkum and tummy rot. You'll never get anywhere if you go about what ifing like that. Would Columbus have discovered America if he'd said, what if I sink on the way over? What if I meet pirates? What if I never come back? He wouldn't even have started.
And Zara, you, what's your favorite Dahl quote?
Me? You know I'm a bookworm, right? So my quote has to do with reading and books, which always take me places. It's a quote from Matilda. The books transported her into new worlds and introduced her to amazing people who lived exciting lives. She went on olden day sailing ships with Joseph Conrad. She went to Africa with Ernest Hemingway and to India with Rudyard Kipling. She traveled all over the world while sitting in her little room in an English village.
Well, saving the best for last, I'll add my own favorite. I'm a person who, if you want something, will do everything to get or achieve this. So this quote from my Uncle Oswald, yes, I can quite relate to it. I began to realize how important it was to be an enthusiast in life. He taught me that if you're interested in something, no matter what it is, go at it, full speed ahead. Embrace it with both arms, hug it, love it, and above all, become passionate about it. Lukewarm is no good. Hot is no good either. White hot and passionate is the only thing to be.
And well, if we began with human brain is an amazing thing.
And you know that's true?
Yes, of course we do. So let's end with a little piece of advice.
And that's learn something new every day. Your amazing brain will surely be amazed.
That was my line, Matthew.